Outsiders, hello. Welcome once again. It's a Thursday night at 6 o'clock, so this is the new thing we're doing. I'm Tony Marinera from the Outsider channel. It's not my real name. It's just Tony. But I'm sorry for the echo if that's what's happening right now, but I'm in Airbnb. I'm in Joshua Tree once again. This thing on. And what's up, Steph? I came back here just because I wanted to, I guess. I have a lifestyle that permits it. My wife's cool enough to be cool with me stealing the dog, who is right. Let's see if we can pinpoint him. There's Pip. He's hanging out, and we have an Airbnb in Joshua Tree, right up the street from the Joshua Tree Saloon. Steph, is it really just you and me? How do we go from like 100 people last week to just the two of us? Anyway, I know a lot of people tune into these things after the fact, so let's catch everybody up to speed. Yeah, I'm in Joshua Tree right now. I came back for a night out. I've been editing all week and doing a new video, so I needed a break. I needed to get out of the house, and that's one of the things that happens when you I'm doing this full time, the channel. So what ends up happening is that well, you get sick of being in the house because you work there and you live there. So this is part of that. One of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight. Let's see if we got here. I'm going to stick to the script a little bit here. I meant to print it out, but I totally forgot, and so I'm just going to wing this. Basically, the news of the week. Let's get into it. What do we have for news? What's up, Tater Dom? Tater Dom. Basically, YT announced a new team this week, a new YT mob. They were off last year from the race scene, and this week they came in and announced an entirely new team, new enduro team, new downhill team, new slope style. I don't know if it's new slope style, but it's a new thing for YT, and I'm a part of that brand. Like I said last week, I'm going to the Bentonville Bike Festival with them next week. Not next week. The next week is the group ride, actually. That's something I wanted to talk about, is that next week, this week, let's start from the beginning. This Saturday, if you guys aren't a part of it yet, we have a Patreon group ride in Laguna, which is going to be super fun. If you want to get on that, the link is underneath in the description. We're going to be kicking it off in the morning, and then we go to Laguna Beach Beer Company afterward for some hangout, lunch, some cold ones, and it's always a blast. Every single group ride in this community is amazing. I've met some very valuable new friends, some of which are in this chat right now. Hello, Andy. Hello, Steph. Hello, Kaz. And we're going to do it again this week. The following week, February 11th, we're going to be doing a group ride. There he is, getting comfortable, at the YT Mill at San Clemente. We're going to be doing some local trail riding from there. We have an e-bike group ride. There's going to be 3 separate groups: novice, intermediate, and expert. I'm going to be leading the intermediate ride. We're going to be doing jump lines, some other trails, and then head back to the YT Mill for some beverages and some snacks. There'll be coffee there in the beginning, and there'll be bagels, all the good things that you expect in a group ride from YT. And then after that, we'll be talking about possibly me doing and hosting my own proper group ride like the one we did last year. I know Steph is a part of this group, and Steph is here. I have to agree with Steph. He's not wrong. They are rad, and it's a great way to meet new people in your community. And like I said, I've met some great friends and people that I'm going to stay in touch with long after this channel subsides, which I don't know when that will be. I'm going to do this as long as I can. I'm looking at this channel kind of, I don't mean to get into it a little bit here, but this channel's kind of become like a little photo album of my life. I started looking back while I was editing this video, which we'll get into for next week. And, I'll just be honest with you. It was me digging up into the trenches of my edits. And within that was one of my Whistler trips from years ago. When the channel first started, I had like 2,000 subscribers. And I thought I was hot crap back then. I was like, oh, I got 2,000 subscribers. Holy cow. I didn't think I was hot crap, but like, you know what I mean? You're always as good as like, you're always peaking wherever you are with your channel. And 2,000 subscribers back then was a hell of a lot, and it still means a lot to me. But anyway, what was I talking about? Anyway, talking about the old videos I've done as a photo album, I really look back and I'm like, the nostalgia kicks in, even though it was like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, riding at Whistler on a rental bike with some friends I haven't seen in a while. It brought back some like emotions, man. Like these are firsts. There's a lot of firsts in mountain bike. A lot of times you've done the first trail, first bike park, first road trip, and then you go to a place like Whistler bike park up in BC, and it's one of the best, if not the best bike park in the world, and you're getting your first runs, and you just kind of pinch yourself, because I remember feeling like in the moment, like very present, and it doesn't happen all the time in life automatically, but I remember feeling like that, like going over this like crystallized river, like flowing underneath this massive dock, flying down some flow trails, and like you really see it, you really feel it in those moments, because it's so foreign to what you're living in. Like that's why I love road trips, because they kind of wake you up. They get you out of that routine in life. They get you out of that, like, I don't know, that like formula that you're driven daily with. And sometimes it's very safe and comfortable, and I love that. But sometimes, I don't know, you just got to like break free, do something different, and just feel that new place. And one of those people that I want to say hello to, that's here, is Bike Some. I get to ride with him at Dodge Ridge, and he's a great guy, great channel. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do so. He is a traveling maniac, and I loved catching up with him. And we have like this, I'll let the secret out. We have this kind of like little YouTube Slack that a lot of our channels get together, and we share information, and we talk amongst ourselves, and it's a great way to get to know that community. And he's a great person to have in there. And what's up, MTB nerds? What's up, Octodad? Good to see you in here. I'm getting off track a little bit there. It's kind of like a juggling act, you know what I mean, with like talking to you guys and seeing who's in the chat, because I don't want to ignore anybody. Move forward a little bit. Ooh, I'm stepping in the goat there. I don't know if you guys, besides mountain biking, I like have a life. Besides that, so I always like to check in and see what you guys are watching. Do you guys have any new movies you recommend? Please leave them in the comments below, or the description below. I'm late to the game, but I watched A Star Is Born last night, and it surprised me. It was pretty good. And I didn't know Bradley Cooper sings all of his own songs in that. I know it's off topic for mountain biking, but I was like shocked, man. Like, holy cow. Glass Onion's really good stuff. Troy wants to know why I love meatballs so much. I grew up on them. I'm a meatball man. My mom made homemade meatballs growing up. If you guys watched the last live stream, we met my mom. She was in here for a second really quick. And, I grew up on them. She would just make a bucket of meatballs every single week and then leave them in the fridge. So I would have leftovers, and I would just make things with meatballs all week long. I would eat them cold, just eat them like an apple. I would put them on sandwiches. I would put them in subs. I would put them on flat sandwiches. So I grew up loving meatballs, and some, if not the best meatballs in the world, were from my mom. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. I have the recipe, and I'm going to make some very soon. All Quiet on the Western Front is a great movie. Recently just watched that too. I'm in the middle of Last of Us is great. Last of Us is my favorite show right now. That last episode, holy cow. Yeah. So also, what are you guys doing right now? It's 6 o'clock. Are you guys just getting home from work? Are you at work? What, is this a good time to have the live stream? Should I wait an hour for more people to get home? I know there's people that get out at 5 and then the commute sucks. So I just want to get this at a time when everybody's chill. Dinner's done. I don't know if you guys are eating your spaghetti and meatballs right now, but who's saying meatball ice cream cones? I just saw that. That's exactly. So I was I was in Italy, and one of my dreams is to start a business with meatball cones. They have breaded pitas, like soft sourdough bread with a meatball on top. In fact, in your honor, I'm going to have to go ahead and give you the meatball cam. So Bikes on, thank you very much for bringing up the ice cream meatballs. The meatball thanks you, and Tony does as well. So it's the little things, folks. Me being a meatball is something for me. Hopefully you guys get it too. What else do we have going on here? My meatball of the week. I'm back in Joshua Tree, appreciating my lifestyle, enjoying. You know, like, so if you guys have noticed, let's talk about the last few videos I've done. They're a little bit of a departure from the POV rides. And I've really just been enjoying riding my bike without the camera. And for a YouTuber, it's not often we do that. Like, a lot of my rides have been planned out, just like for videos and stuff like that. And, you know, even though I do this full time, like, life happens and you're like doing stuff every day. And sometimes those rides don't happen as much as you want them to. So the channel kind of takes a priority. But what I really love lately is doing the little history pics and videos and just stuff that I want to do, and taking a break from the forced POV rides. And I say forced POV rides is because I don't want to do a ride where I put a camera on where it feels forced. So that's why I took a break, and I was like, what else can I do? I want to ride without the camera. That's when I go and have some meditation stations out there and do what I do, and leave the camera behind and still create and still bring you guys videos every week. So I really found a niche, and I love doing these little history videos. And that brings me into next week's video. Thinking on a big one here is Whistler Bike Park. So I've done, you know, you saw San Diego Oaks I did, and Car Wreck Trail, and then I'm taking on one doing the history of Whistler Bike Park. That's going to be live on Monday. It's on Patreon right now if you guys want to join. But is getting off track here. Is the segment usually on Thursdays at 6? I didn't even know that. I should have checked in with them. Man, we are competing right now. Oh man, we got to get him on the show. Yeah, so Whistler Bike Park is going to be on Monday, and dude, it's so cool learning. Not only for hopefully you guys like watching them, but I like learning about it. I was a journalism major in college. I graduated with a journalism degree, and I had a minor in history. And I just love finding out things about things I care about, things I don't care about. Who am I kidding? I love any kind of documentary you throw in front of me. But I really love the aspect of learning about the trails that we're riding and where they come from. And, you know, like I said this last week, but like a lot of the trails like Downeyville, they started out as early gold mining trails. And now they're mountain bike trails. These trails have been, you know, embedded into the forest for so many hundreds of years sometimes. And we're still utilizing them. It's cool to think about the wagons and things going down them years ago. And now we're still taking care of the same trails they did maybe back in the day. Joe Yates gave me a shout out last week. He was watching you during the segment calls. That's pretty cool. Oh man, they're going on right now. Maybe we'll have to switch this to 7 o'clock. Who knows? All right, let's get into a little bit more. The Fugazi of the week, which is a bad thing. I got to go with the good with the bad. The Fugazi, I got to be honest with you. Did you guys ever have a ride that just didn't hit? You know, like one that just, I don't know. Like I did the Fullerton Loop this week, and I kept like feeling like, oh man, here's the fun part. Here's the fun part. And then I got home and I was like, it was a little boring. And I hate talking about my local trail like that, but like, this could go for any trail. Like, you know, a ride where you're just feeling like you're expecting more than it is. And I know we always talk about how any day on a bike is a good day. And I'm not going to take away that ride and say that I wish I didn't do it by any means. But some rides are better than others. And this was one of those rides that I think that maybe it's because I hadn't ridden my bike in like a week because of the rain and I was in Vegas. But sometimes, oh man, it just doesn't feel the way that you want it to. And it kind of gets a little discouraging. And but the good thing about that is what I found is that anytime that's happened to me on a ride, it's always like the next ride is going to be that much better because your expectations are like crap from the last one. So there's only up from there to go. So it's always a fun thing to do. This week's video, I want to know what you guys think too. We talked about next week's video, which is going to be Whistler. That's it's a big undertaking, and I hope you guys like it. But this week's video is about, tolerating the things in life and the ups and downs. And I got a couple of comments where everybody seemed to love it, but I got a couple of comments that people seemed to think that like I was getting burnt out and maybe it was about my life. And I want to say they're not wrong. My life comes to fruition through the videos that I make. And that video wasn't about the present where I'm at right now, but it's something I've gone through, not only recently in this year, but tolerating things and change is hard as hell. And it's something that I've gone through multiple times in my life, coming from being a skater with no skills to getting a job in a real world, and finding my niche in between that, and meeting new people outside of skateboarding when that was my only outlet in life, and trying to find new hobbies after skating may have passed for me. Change is damn hard, and it's hard to move on and to come to the realization that you want to move on and try new things and get out of a slump that you may find yourself in. A lot of times I want to say it's not even to your own fault. Like, life can get you down, man. Like, it's gotten me down, and just sometimes you get some bad news and it crumples down into something bad that happened, and then all of a sudden you're like feeling like crap, and it's that realization that happens that you find that makes you want to step up, and that's easier said than done, man. Like, I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent here, but I know that I feel like comfortable within this community of you people. Of you people. I'm watching that movie right now on Netflix. It's paused. But you guys in this community, I know that I can be vulnerable to you guys and talk about this stuff because I feel like you guys have been through it, and I know from the faces and the people I see on the rides and the names I see here, people can relate. So, that's just mental health. That's literally what mental health is about. It's not just your physical health. Like, I am on pills for blood pressure. I'll just be honest with you, and that helps me keep that. I can't do anything about that mentally, but what I can do is something about mentally. But what I can do mentally is, change things that are in my routine, and sometimes they've been harder than others, and I'm constantly working at that. So, end of therapy session. And yeah, I just want to go out with that, I guess you could say. This is a shorter one, and I think I'm going to have a guest on next week. I'll keep you guys on notice on who that's going to be. And I appreciate you guys tuning in every single week. It's just me out here, so I'm not going to go for 2 hours or anything like that. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I love you all. Goodbye.